So in this video, we're going to cover the ways that Donald Trump is and isn't accurately characterizing violence against Christians in Nigeria. So Nigeria, in terms of population, is a lot like the US, with a lot less money on spending for things like welfare, police, and all this other stuff. And so, one interesting statistic is that gang violence in the United States kills about 2,000 people a year. In Nigeria, Boko Haram kills double that. And so about 4,000 people a year, about a 50-50 split, more or less, of Muslims and Christians. And so, is this saying that that Boko Haram in Nigeria is like gang violence in the United States? Well, not exactly. So one key difference is obviously if you have stated political beliefs, you're targeting things like churches and mosques. You're targeting civil society in Nigeria. You obviously have to be concerned about things like, well, Boko Haram might take money from people who actually back terrorism. When they go out and buy weapons and arms, they might be buying those things from people who sell weapons to terrorists. And we should think this is a little different than like peer-to-peer handgun sales in the United States. But what is similar is that, if you just were to estimate the number of gang members in the United States and, you go out and you do some like a sociological study to try and determine how many people in Nigeria of the 380 million people or so, are in Boko Haram, you get some number that's like 4,000, 5,000, 15,000, 20,000. And it's this organization that's very scary, that wants to do political violence, that is willing to target faith communities, as well as willing to attack any target that is part of, again, civil society. And so you get to this point where, well, like what Nigeria actually probably needs is funding for security. It also probably needs to have, with 5,000 to 15,000 or 5,000 to 20,000 members in different countries and stuff like this, different than gang violence again, is de-radicalization programs. It needs to have a regional coordination, and you need to be politically outside of fighting Boko Haram, the terrorist organization, addressing anti-extremism measures, because it sounds crazy, even with 5,000 people, to say you're going to have a military going around internally exterminating 5,000 people. And so, yeah, Donald Trump is sort of right, like 10% right. Boko Haram's targeting Christians, but he's mostly 90% wrong.